A quick cocktail for you today that is another drink you can use with a blanc vermouth. Now, this one comes from Southern Teague, and while there are several cocktails in his book, I'm just here for the drinks that I've been wanting to get to, and I have a list of the ones I want to do. This is not one of them. It's not from the book. I saw this one shared on Instagram by Southern Teague, but it was through Imbibe, and it's his recipe. And since I have an open bottle of Camoes, I thought the timing was perfect to make this drink. Southern Teague is one of the most well-known bartenders, but for me, he might be one of the first modern bartenders that I ever learned about. Back probably over 10 years ago, he was on the Alton Brown podcast, the Alton Browncast, and this was several years after his bar Amor y Amargo opened. And I still remember a lot of the information I learned from listening to him on that podcast. Now, he also has his own podcast called Speakeasy, but for me, I gotta say, I think the coolest thing is that he worked on one of the first couple seasons of Good Eats. Just so happens that my first cooking book was I'm Just Here for the Food, so there's probably some type of connection here to I'm Just Here for the Drinks. So we will explore some of the other Southern Teague cocktails in the future, but for today's cocktail, you'll need Orgeat, Absinthe, a blanc vermouth, and soda water. And we're gonna build this in a chilled glass with ice, starting with half an ounce of Orgeat, half an ounce of absinthe, 3 ounces of a blanc vermouth, and 3 to 4 ounces of soda water. I'm gonna garnish this with mint. So there you go, the Parisian Dispatch by Southern Teague. Sometimes just like super simple things can just look so elegant and appealing. So let's try Southern Teague's Parisian Dispatch. So if you're not familiar with Southern Teague's bar Amor y Amargo, I'm assuming it's still the case now. I know that over the course of its history, it was a bar that did not use fresh fruit juice or any fruit juice for that matter, but it was a bar that used spirit, bitters, and amari or amaro. And just recently on the Make and Drink Discord, someone was asking about bars to go to in New York, and I've never been to Southern Teague's bar, but I was saying if I could go to a bar in New York City, that would be it. I like that difference from over the top, tons of fruit juices, 10, 12, 14 ingredients, and then the reverse of that being something pared down to just 2 or 3 ingredients, not a bunch of fruit juices or any, and something that plays up the spirit and everything else in it. And this one, it's kind of unique because you get a little bit of acidity and a little bit of like a fruitiness from the 3 ounces that you're putting in there of our Camoes. And then overall, like just obviously heavy absinthe flavor, and I love it in here. I'm trying to correct my reputation as someone who hates absinthe. I don't hate absinthe. I just don't like it when it's not needed and it's not necessary, but this is like a totally absinthe cocktail. And I like taking drinks like this and serving them in a Collins with lots of ice and some club soda to lengthen them out. Now this is kind of marketed as a lower ABV cocktail, but you are using half an ounce of absinthe, which is, I think it's in the 60 to 70 ABV, 60. And then your Camoes, we're using 3 ounces. So it's not, it is lower ABV, but maybe a little deceptive, but it's delicious. If you want to use that Camoes and you do like the flavor of absinthe, then you're going to want to try the Parisian Dispatch from Southern Teague. So that's it for this one. I'm Derek, this is Make and Drink. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like below, consider subscribing to this channel. Check out the Patreon page if you want to support the channel, and otherwise, see you on the next one.